The way people treat you has nothing to do with you and everything to do with them. Think about it: when someone criticizes, insults, or belittles you, it's often a reflection of their own insecurities, their own fears, and their own struggles. It's easy to take things personally, to feel like you need to respond, to defend yourself, or to prove a point. But the truth is, you don't owe anyone an explanation. The moment you realize that other people's words and actions are simply projections of their own reality, you set yourself free from their negativity. Strong people don't get consumed by what others say because they know their worth. They don't waste time wondering why someone was rude to them or why they didn't get the approval they were seeking. Instead, they keep moving forward. There's real power in detaching yourself from unnecessary opinions. Not everyone will understand your journey, and that's okay. You don't need validation from those who can't see your vision. Think about the most successful people in the world. Do they spend their time responding to criticism? No, they are too busy working on their dreams, building their future, and staying focused on their purpose. If you let every negative comment or every small-minded opinion affect you, you'll always be stuck in a cycle of frustration. But the moment you train your mind to see people's actions as theirs, not yours, you break free from that trap. The problem is, many people don't realize that they are allowing strangers, critics, or even toxic people in their lives to dictate their emotions. They give away their power without even knowing it. The truth is, you can't control what others say or do, but you can control how you respond. And the most powerful response, not letting it bother you. The more you let things slide, the more you stay focused on what really matters. This doesn't mean you accept disrespect or tolerate toxic behavior. It simply means you don't let it affect your energy. When someone throws negativity your way, instead of absorbing it, let it pass right through you. Imagine yourself as a solid rock in the middle of a river. The water rushes against you, but it doesn't shake you, it just flows around you. That's the kind of strength you need to develop. The moment you stop internalizing other people's words, you become untouchable. You'll start to notice that the things that once triggered you no longer have power over you. And that's when you truly win, because you are no longer controlled by the opinions of others. Instead, you are driven by your own vision, your own growth, and your own purpose. So the next time someone tries to bring you down, just remember their words reflect them, not you. Let them carry their negativity while you rise above it, unbothered and unstoppable. Emotional control is not about suppressing your feelings, it's about mastering them. It's about knowing when to react and when to let things go. Too often people think strength means fighting back, proving a point, or making sure they have the last word. But real power is knowing you don't have to. It's being so secure in yourself that nothing and no one can shake your peace. Every time you react in anger, you're handing over control. You're letting someone else dictate your emotions. Think about that for a second. Why should someone else have that much power over you? Why should their words, their opinions, or their negativity be able to pull you down? The truth is, no one can make you feel anything unless you allow it. That's where your strength comes in. When you decide that no one has the authority to mess with your peace of mind, you become unstoppable. It starts with a pause. That moment between something happening and your response is where your power lies. Most people react instantly without thinking, without questioning if it's even worth their energy. But when you train yourself to stop, even for a second, you shift everything. You take back control. Because in that pause, you get to decide, is this worth my time? Is this worth my peace? Is this going to matter tomorrow, next week, or next year? 99% of the time, the answer is no. And that's the secret. Most things that make you angry are not worth it. The rude stranger, the passive-aggressive comment, the person trying to get a reaction out of you, they are not worth it. The moment you stop engaging, they lose their power. Instead of reacting with anger, respond with silence. Instead of letting someone's negativity get to you, walk away with your head held high. That's not weakness, that's strength. But this kind of emotional mastery doesn't happen overnight. It's something you have to practice. Start by being aware of your triggers. What situations or people make you lose control? Once you know that, you can train yourself to respond differently. Remind yourself that no matter what happens, you are always in control of how you feel. No one can make you angry unless you let them. And let's be honest, anger is exhausting. It drains your energy, distracts you from your goals, and keeps you stuck in negativity. Why give someone that much power over your life? Instead, channel that energy into something productive. Put it into your work, your passion, your growth. Every time you refuse to let anger control you, you win. The real flex isn't proving a point it's not needing to. It's walking away without a scratch, without stress, without carrying someone else's negativity with you. That's what control looks like. And once you master that, no one will ever be able to pull you down again. Life is too short to waste on unnecessary drama. There will always be people who try to test your patience, push your buttons, or drag you into negativity. And here's the truth, you don't have to participate. You don't have to give them the reaction they're looking for. The most powerful thing you can do is choose peace over drama every single time. Drama thrives on attention. The more you engage, the bigger it grows. Arguments, unnecessary conflicts, proving yourself to people who don't even matter, none of it adds value to your life. Instead, it drains your energy and distracts you from what actually matters. And let's be honest, the people who stir up drama are often the ones who have nothing better to do. So why let them dictate how you feel? Why give them that power? Choosing peace doesn't mean you're weak. It doesn't mean you're avoiding conflict or letting people walk over you. It means you know what's worth your time and what isn't. It means you refuse to let small-minded people pull you into their chaos. Strong people don't waste time on nonsense. They're too busy focusing on their goals, their happiness, and their growth. Every time you come across negativity, ask yourself, do I need to engage? Is this really worth my energy? If the answer is no, let it go. Walk away. Protect your peace. When you stop reacting, you take away their power. They can't get to you because you're untouchable. And here's the best part, when you stop feeding drama, it disappears. People who thrive on negativity will eventually move on when they realize they can't shake you. They only have control over you if you allow it, but when you stand firm, unbothered, they lose their grip. This doesn't mean you ignore problems that need to be addressed. It just means you pick your battles wisely. Not everything needs a reaction. Not every insult needs a response. Not every negative person deserves a place in your mind. Your peace is more valuable than proving a point to someone who isn't even listening. Choosing peace is a mindset. It's a daily decision to rise above the noise. It's knowing that your energy is sacred and you won't waste it on anything that doesn't serve you. It's understanding that real power isn't in loud arguments, it's in quiet confidence. The world is full of distractions, full of people who want to test you, provoke you, or pull you into their mess. But you don't have to go there. Stay focused, stay calm, keep moving forward. Nothing frustrates people more than someone who refuses to be dragged into their negativity. At the end of the day, your happiness is in your hands. Let them talk, let them argue, let them create drama if they want to. You have better things to do. Choose peace and watch how unstoppable you become. Life is full of moments that test your patience, challenge your emotions, and make you question everything. But here's something most people don't realize. Almost nothing that upsets you today will matter in a year or even a month from now. Yet, so many of us get caught up in things that drain our energy, things that make us angry, things that take away our peace. And for what? A temporary situation? A comment from someone who won't even remember it tomorrow? It's time to see the bigger picture. When you focus on the long game, the little things stop affecting you. The next time something frustrates you, ask yourself, will this matter in a week, in a year, in 5 years? If the answer is no, let it go. Most of what bothers us is temporary. An argument, a rejection, a setback. It feels massive in the moment, but in the grand scheme of life, it's just a small bump on the road. And if it won't matter in the future, why let it steal your peace now? Think about how much energy is wasted on things that don't deserve it. A rude comment from a stranger, a misunderstanding with a coworker, a delay in your plans. These things happen, but they don't define you. What defines you is how you handle them. When you zoom out and look at the bigger picture, you realize that one bad moment does not mean a bad life. One failure does not mean you're not good enough. One rejection does not mean you should stop trying. People who are truly successful, truly happy, and truly unshakable have mastered this mindset. They don't let minor setbacks throw them off course. They don't get trapped in temporary emotions. Instead, they focus on the big picture, their dreams, their goals, their future. They understand that no great story is without obstacles and no journey is without detours. But instead of getting stuck in frustration, they keep moving forward. It's easy to react in the moment. It's easy to get angry, to feel hurt, to want to fight back. But strength comes from knowing when to walk away, when to pause, when to remind yourself that this situation is just a tiny moment in your much bigger, much more meaningful life. You don't have to let it consume. You have a choice to dwell on it or to rise above it. And the truth is, life will keep moving whether you stay stuck in frustration or not. So why not choose to move with it? Why not choose to keep your focus on what actually matters? The world is full of distractions, but your power lies in knowing what deserves your energy and what doesn't. See the bigger picture, and you'll realize how much peace, strength, and success come from letting go of things that were never worth holding on to. Not everything deserves your reaction. In fact, the most powerful people in the world don't waste their energy on things that don't serve them. They don't get caught up in petty arguments. They don't respond to every insult. And they definitely don't let negativity drain them. Because here's the truth. Your energy is precious and you get to decide where it goes. Every time you react to something negative, you're giving it power. You're allowing it to take up space in your mind, in your emotions, in your day. But imagine what would happen if you simply didn't engage. If you chose to protect your peace instead of letting someone else dictate how you feel. That is real strength. That is real control. Think about how often people try to provoke a reaction, a rude comment, a passive-aggressive remark, a frustrating situation. It's all designed to pull you in, but when you refuse to react, you take away their power. You become untouchable because nothing frustrates people more than someone who refuses to be shaken. This doesn't mean you don't feel emotions. It doesn't mean you let people walk all over you. It means you decide what's worth your energy. Not every battle needs to be fought. Not every insult needs a comeback. Not every situation needs your attention. When you understand that, you start making decisions from a place of power instead of impulse. One of the biggest mistakes people make is thinking they have to respond to everything. But responding isn't always the best move. Sometimes silence is. Sometimes walking away speaks louder than any word ever could. Because the moment you stop reacting, you stop being controlled. You're no longer playing by their rules. You're playing by yours. Imagine how much stronger, how much more peaceful, how much more focused you would be if you didn't let the little things get to you. If you learned to observe without absorbing. If you reminded yourself that some things just don't matter enough to steal your joy. That's where real freedom comes from. That's where real power lies. And here's the thing, when you stop reacting, people start treating you differently. They see that you're not easily manipulated. They see that you can't be pulled into unnecessary drama, and eventually they stop trying because they know you're not someone who plays that game. It takes discipline to master this. It takes self-awareness. It takes the ability to pause, breathe, and decide, is this worth my time? More often than not, the answer is no. And when you start living by that rule, you free yourself from so much stress, so much negativity, so much wasted energy. So the next time someone tries to pull you into their chaos, remember this. You don't have to react. You don't have to engage. You don't have to give them what they want. Protect your energy, guard your peace, and watch how unstoppable you become. Happiness is not something that just happens. It's something you create. It's a choice you make every single day, no matter what's going on around you. Too many people tie their happiness to external things. What someone said, how someone treated them, whether everything is going perfectly in their life. But real happiness, it doesn't depend on any of that. It comes from within. It comes from knowing who you are, what you stand for, and refusing to let anyone or anything take that away from you. The truth is, people will always have opinions. Some will love you, some will judge you, some will misunderstand you. That's life. You can't control how others see you, but you can control how you see yourself. And when you decide that your happiness isn't up for negotiation, you become unshakable. You stop waiting for validation, stop worrying about what others think, and start living for you. Think about it. How many times have you let someone else's words ruin your mood? How many times have you allowed a bad moment to define an entire day? That's giving away your power. No one should have that much control over your happiness except you. When you wake up in the morning, you decide how your day will go. You decide whether you'll let negativity affect you or whether you'll rise above it. That choice is yours. People who are truly happy don't rely on outside circumstances to keep them that way. They create their own happiness. They find joy in the small things. They focus on gratitude instead of what's missing. They build a life that excites them so much that no negativity can shake them. Because when you're truly happy within yourself, nothing on the outside can take that away. Of course, life isn't always perfect. There will be setbacks, disappointments, tough days, but happiness isn't about everything going smoothly. It's about your mindset. It's about knowing that even in difficult moments, you are still in control of how you respond. You can let challenges break you, or you can let them make you stronger. The choice is always yours. And here's the secret. When you radiate happiness, you attract it. When you carry yourself with confidence, positivity, and peace, the world responds in kind. Opportunities come your way. People respect your energy. You stop attracting drama because you're no longer available for it. Instead of focusing on things that don't serve you, you start investing your energy into what does. Your dreams, your growth, your joy. At the end of the day, happiness is about you. It's not about what others think, say, or do. It's not about waiting for the perfect moment. It's about making the decision every single day to protect your joy, focus on what truly matters, and never let anything or anyone take that away from you. And when you learn to do that, you don't just become happier, you become unstoppable.